Okay, we are still working on our missing person cases for the month of February. If you didn't know, out of the whole entire year, people mainly go missing in the months of December, January, and February. And this little boy, if he went missing, it was on February 20th, 2024. And this is out of Two Rivers, Wisconsin. I do have, when the case actually went public, I have that in the community chat, but I really wanted to talk about this case. I really needed to talk about this case because even in my little community chat I felt that it was odd. I felt that it was strange. So the mother of Elijah, 3 years old, she would send him down the street to be disciplined. He would be disciplined by a man named Jesse Vang. I'm not sure how old he is, but I will put it on this video when I'm done. So she would send him to a man named Jesse Vang. Jesse Vang has been in prison for 6 years for the distribution of methamphetamines, but she would send her 3-year-old son down to him for, quote, disciplinary reasons, even though she knew that this tactic that she used provided a lack of care, and she didn't care. This is what she did anyway. And I believe she sent him down there for a week. A week. So you are sending your child down there. So he leaves walking. He's 3 feet tall, 45 pounds. He's wearing, his little black shirt, I believe, and gray sweats. And he has his little dinosaur shoes on. And he's carrying his blanket. And he goes down to this ex-con's house for disciplinary reasons. Okay? And Jesse Vang, who was the care provider at the time when the story first came out, they didn't actually say the name of anybody. They just said care provider. So he calls and he reports this little boy missing. And I guess he says he is the caretaker or care provider. And the Vay family, they have no idea how Katrina Bear, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. They have no idea how Katrina even knows Jesse. But in the same breath, I read an article that they hadn't even spoke to her in over 3 years. But obviously, Katrina and Jesse, they know each other. And you know what? These days, it doesn't even have to be that well. You could have met them 2 hours ago and they're willing to send all their children over there. I mean, it's just ridiculous how people act. It really is. And authorities are believing that Jesse Vang knows exactly what happened with this little boy, with Elijah. And they are both in jail now. They are both in jail on child neglect for right now. Katrina, again, Elijah's mother, she has a $15,000 bond, and Jesse Vang has a $20,000 bond. But it's ridiculous how you would actually do that. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't really want to put this in the universe, but this story just makes me so upset. And I've said this before. I lived around the corner. I still live in the same place, but she doesn't because she's currently in jail. I live around the corner from Kamarie Holland, and that case unfortunately happened here in Columbus, Georgia. She gave her child. She gave her child. I believe Kamarie was starting the first grade. So what was she, like 4 or 5? She gave Kamarie to a man that was in her life, a drug dealer of some sort that already, it was a discussion that he had actually killed a child in the past. And it's true, but he got away with it. So she gave her child to this man for, profit. It was to, get drugs or whatever. And he ended up, during the assault of this baby girl, he ends up killing her. And during this act that was recorded, he sends it to the mother. And what she does is she busts out the windows and she, tries to act like somebody actually came in and grabbed her daughter. And it was ridiculous. So, I didn't want to go all the way to Texas to get to Atlanta, but if you've been following me, you know that I do that. But, people do things like that. And I'm not saying that Katrina did anything like that, and I'm going to even go out on a limb and say maybe she did send her child to this Jesse Vang for disciplinary reasons. Is that why Jesse was accepting this child? For disciplinary reasons, really? And let's say he really was. Let's say it really wasn't any sick shit involved. Let's just say that. But you're sending him for disciplinary reasons. Isn't that punishment? And punishment sometimes is physical. It really is. So did the punishment get so out of hand that something happened to this baby? I just don't get it. And now this child is still missing. He's still missing, and they're trying to find him, doing searches, trying to find him. And again, I will definitely continue to look into this story, and I hope that this family, the Vay family, gets closure. And those two people right there, those two people, they need to stay their ass in jail and then ultimately get transferred to prison, because she doesn't make sense, and he definitely knows where that baby is. Definitely. This is just so bad. Justice for Elijah.